Hello, YouTube. I'm back. This is Tristan Navarro. And before you're wondering, yes, I am wearing a sleeveless hoodie and sweatpants. I have a day off work, so sue me. Don't really sue me. Can't say stuff like that anymore. Anyway, it's been a long time since I posted on this channel. Life happened, got a job, graduated high school, yada yada yada. Anyway, I'm here to talk about a new comic book that I started reading. Superman Year One by Frank Miller and John Romita Jr. Yes, the same Frank Miller that wrote Daredevil in the 70s. The Frank Miller who hated Superman and wrote him as the personification of totalitarianism and ultimate evil. See, Frank Miller is a British author who is also an outspoken socialist. I'm not really a big fan of his political views, but I do like his fictional writings when they're not very politically charged. I enjoyed his run on Daredevil from the 70s. I have all 3 volumes of that. I don't have the omnibus, though. I might think about trading in the volumes for that at some point. He wrote Daredevil, Man Without Fear, which is where they got the inspiration for the black costume from the Netflix series. And there's also Born Again, which was the complete inspiration behind Daredevil Season 3, the best season of the show, I might add. And he's also best known for retelling Batman's origin story in Batman Year One, which is probably the best Batman origin ever out there. So, he's also known for writing Batman: The Dark Knight Returns before Year One, which is where his qualms with Superman come in. He presents him as a government drone, basically, doing President Reagan's dirty work. It's worth noting Frank Miller didn't like Ronald Reagan either, which made no sense because he's not an American citizen, or even he was just here on a work visa, so he really didn't have a political opinion there. But anyway, Superman Year One. Superman is my favorite comic book character of all time, right next to Captain America, Spider-Man, and maybe the Hulk. Anyway, most of the DC comic books that I have are Superman books. All Superman. Yeah. Anyway, when I heard that Frank Miller was going to write Superman, I was concerned. But turns out this is actually really good. You know, this book retelling of his origin story. This is part of DC's Black Label edition. And as far as I know of, this is the first original book that doesn't have to do with Batman or a Batman-related character. Because DC's Black Label is made to tell mature stories for mature readers and not be tied down by continuity of the main universe. The only other book that's doing this so far is Batman Last Night on Earth and Batman Damned. I haven't read Batman Damned because by the time I wanted to get the first issue, it had been recalled for some of its obscene imagery, so it's really rare. But anyway, the story retells Superman's origin story, his high school years, how his parents found him. May I point out, the art in this is actually really good. I'm usually not a fan of John Romita Jr.'s art, but it's quite good. Shows him as a kid discovering his powers, learns he can fly and jump really high there. How the heck am I gonna get home? I love this. So yeah, he lends helping hands to his classmates. I like it in this scene. His friend's head is too big to fit in his space helmet for a science class, and he ends up cracking the back of his helmet to help get it on him. In the story, in this first chapter, Clark is trying to deal with some bullies that are going around his school. Apparently, teachers don't do anything about this, the parents don't seem to care, and no one's trying to stop these bullies. They're just beating up Clark's friends and everything, calling them freaks and everything. And Clark wants to help out, but his parents are worried and don't want him to expose himself with his powers. But of course, during this time, Clark is a teenager in high school, and we all know teenagers, they don't listen. But one day the bullies take it too far. They go after his friends again, beat him up with sticks. They're threatening to kill people, and no one does anything about this. Like, I don't know how much of this would actually happen in real life, because I live in a somewhat small town also, I guess. I don't know. This place is like like part city, part country. It's part farmland. It's weird. I live in Georgia. What do you expect? Um, but yeah. Oh, really quick tangent. The best part about this book is probably Clark's relationship with Lana Lang. It's some of the best stuff in this book. I love it. Um, See, they're really good friends. One night, Lana says she has pictures that can help bring the bullies down. Spoiler warning there. And I don't know what to tell you the rest of the story, because if I tell you the rest of the story, you might not want to read it. Basically, this book ends on a really good note, and I'm excited for the next two parts, because this is supposed to come out in 3 parts. And I really like the new magazine format they're doing with these. It's really cool. And I never thought that Frank Miller could write a good Superman story. It's like I said, he always hated Superman. But yeah, this is really good, and I'm looking forward to getting the next 2 issues when they come out. Of course, I won't have my comic book store to go to, so I'm probably going to either get a subscription online to finish this out, because there's only 2 issues, or I have to drive to another city where the last comic book store I went to was, and that used to eat up my gas a lot and my paycheck. So yeah. Anyways, cover price on this book is $7.99. It's well worth it. Yeah. So Superman Year One, definitely recommend it. It's a good starting point. Interesting take on the Superman origin story, which, as I've said before, seems like a lot of writers like redoing his origin story. I dare say that even though it's only 1 part so far, it might be a really good starting point to get on, because you're not tied down by 80 years of continuity. You can jump right in and understand this. And if you still think Superman is just a boring big blue Boy Scout, I mean, he is the big blue Boy Scout, but still, if you think he's boring and has no character, and he's perfect, you're completely wrong. Read Superman Year One. In fact, a really good origin, read Superman American Alien by Max Landis. Now, this book is also really cool. It shows one of the most human Superman ever. Did I say that right? I don't know. I got a D in English. Anyway, they're trying to write Superman as the most human version possible, but Superman is already the most human person on Earth when you think about it, because Superman is a persona for Clark Kent. He may be an alien, but Clark Kent is just as human as the rest of us, you know? And he has to put up this facade of being a symbol of hope, and basically trying to do the right things and all that. Like, he still makes mistakes, he still stumbles, he still disappoints people. The whole world doesn't completely trust Superman. And I feel like over time that's where we're going to go with Year One. But yeah, I love Superman, and this book just reminds me of why I love Superman. He's just overall a good person. And I like to think that, okay, there's only one Jesus, right? No one can measure up to Jesus. But I think Superman's the next best thing we can be. Okay? you can strive to be like him. Because, like I said, no one can be Jesus. Next best, Superman. You can shoot for that. And I like to think that with enough time and practice, it'd be very attainable. So, anyway, yeah, there's my review of Superman Year One by Frank Miller and John Romita Jr. Give this a really easy buy it. It's good. $7.99 price tag. Might be intimidating. It's worth it. Okay. And as with all Black Label books, they're going to later re-release these in hardcover format, and I'll probably get that because I don't have magazine-sized comic bags for these. You know, like, yeah, which is strange because the other Black Label book I'm reading, Batman: Last Night on Earth, is it's the size of a normal comic book, like the width and height of it, but it's the same thickness as like a magazine. It's got 80 pages or something. But yeah. Anyway, highly recommend it. Sorry I'm getting off topic here, but we'll get through this. Anyway, have a nice day, guys.